Welcome in, ladies. Welcome in. Welcome to Iowa. This is my home. Um, what more can I say? I'm kind of a little nervous, but we'll see where this goes. So, kind of bring you up to speed on the last couple days since I didn't record and got everything up here and everything finalized. I am now a shareholder on a pretty decent sized dairy farm in Carroll County, Iowa. We're going to see how this one goes. By shareholder, I mean, well, where'd he go? Bob, you out there? There he is. So my equipment came up here because we were talking to see what he all needed, what I all had. And it got thrown into the pot, and he is the majority shareholder, and I'm the second. It's only us two. And it's fair because I get to live in this house. It is my house. Now, it is through the farm and all that, but I am part owner of the farm. So yeah, kind of walk through this stuff, show you what his grandpa had. His dad did not want any part of this anymore, so he bought in, took his dad's, and his grandpa still had it. None of his family really cares to farm anymore, so we're kind of down to the very end, but we needed to buy that half out because of where the situation he was in. He's still making payments on his other half. So, it is what it is, but here we go. So, a 535 round baler. I really like that. Nice older round baler, easy to work on. And we do got the drum head for our chopper. It's pretty nifty older chopper. Our mower here, which that needs to actually get handled, but we got to get corn in the ground first. And we got our 78 series tractor, John Deere loader, weighted out. This is kind of going to be the baling tractor, mowing tractor, kind of use everyday tractor, except for running the TMR. Now, this is the nice part about me buying in to a farm, because we have some nifty things around. They had their own 2940. I can't say a whole lot about that. That's pretty slick, coming from one to another. And we do have this nice New Holland skid loader. It's on the older side, but this barn's like perfect for them. Nothing crazy heavy or anything. These bales are actually heavier, and I was like, is the barn going to be all right with that? He said no problem. They're not compressed down that much, so they're heavy, but they're not that heavy. There's not a whole lot of cows in there yet, due to the fact he got rid of a lot of the young and dry cows in order to keep everything going while he was in this move. So 3 nice harvest store silos, which you got silage, so whether it's haylage or corn silage, same thing in this one. And then you got your high moisture corn. So the high moisture corn is going to come through pretty nice for the cows. And he does have this newer Anderson TMR mixer. I mean, a TMR mixer is always one of those things that gets upgraded because it's used every day, if not 3 times a day, twice a day, whatever it may be. So I do like that little silo area. And they were growing pretty good. So he was able to store some corn left over, or beans, whatever it may be, due to double cropping beans in and everything. You could grab a little bit of cash crop off it. Most of the corn was chopped back when he had a big size herd, and this has been a process. This has been in the works. But finally, when all the paperwork settled down and everything, it was one of them. He had to sell some cows, had to do this, had to do that in order to make everything work. So we're in the process of building everything back up. Now, a lot of the extra ground they had was also rented ground, which means he had to let some of that go. We're going to look at the plat book here in a bit and see what we all have. I think it's right around 150 acres. We got to buy some more ground and some more cows. But 3 nice chopper boxes. I like the 2 bigger ones. They've been used. he's been short on time. We'll get everything cleaned up once we get this alfalfa chopped up, or maybe we'll make hay. And there's the pretty combine. This is the one I like a lot. 9750 STS. The only issue is, see, they had an 8-row planter. We haven't fully talked about it yet, but they had an 8-row planter. And I had to bring my 12-row. So, with that being said, yeah, we're going to have to probably take the duals off of it for a 8-row or a 6-row head. Now, on the other hand, this is already set up for a 6-row head. Due to this is actually a custom machine. So, it's his. He used it a lot, the 5830 for custom chopping and everything. Yeah, not a lot of acres can go through it very fast, but it's reliable, easy to work on. It always ran good. So, actually, I'm going to go get my pickup, because there's no point in looking at the barn. It's a barn. So what's that really matter? I'll get you guys out to some of the other equipment that I now own. So, the gate's gone. I guess we all know not to go in there. I guess. But yes, we got liquid manure lagoon now, so everything kind of goes there from the barn. Nice cattleman bale trailer, which I'm definitely thinking, since I sold my flatbed, that I should buy another one up here, but I don't know. So then our nice platform head sitting on the wagon yet. I got to figure out where we can put this in a shed. I'm definitely thinking we need to build a shed. He likes to put a lot of stuff outside like everyone down in Missouri does too, but we're just far enough north. I don't want to leave everything sit out. So that's probably going to be one of my big moves. The gravity wagons that he has acquired over time, definitely better than the little ones we had. And, I mean, you're pulling a semi at that point. Co-op's just across the county. Like, it's not that far away. So that all makes sense. And then, yeah, our little rake and everything. Well, I guess that's a good spot for the truck. Let's go jog out to the tractor and planter. Oof. Alright. My fat ass is out of breath. But last night, I did one round of end rows out here, trying to get something done, planting corn. And yes, a nice 4450. We do put the duals on it. The only thing downfall about it is the front end's widened out, which, yes, we can move it back in, but why? So his thought is either leave the duals on or take the duals off and narrow up or widen out the rear tires. So we put the duals back on and we'll see how it goes. And then here's the planter I bought before moving up here. It was in the works. A nice 12-row Kinsey 3200. It's a front fold, so that means everything will fold up here towards me. And yeah, moving up from an 8-row to a 12-row. So I suppose cut into looking at the plat map here. Sitting on somewhat the same, but we are moving up. I mean, by moving up, we got room to expand. This year, the expansion is not going to happen unless we get lucky enough with one of his renters that he was talking to. The landowners previous, I should say, to one of his rented fields, was talking about he wasn't sure if the person was going to come in with the payment or not. So if that's the case, we might just go all out and see if we can get it. And I want to say he was talking about renting another 50-acre patch. It might have been more, it might have been less, but again, that was some shop talk, kind of bringing me into it all and everything quite a while ago. So we're going to run this field in with corn, get this one going. I got some alfalfa to cut. We definitely got to get that triticale knocked down and blown into the silo. That's why I was thinking, if I remember right, we were baling that alfalfa for some hay for the TMR mix. I need to pay attention to where I'm going because there is no GPS for this stuff. And I just put that marker out right there for those rows straight up and down. We'll see how this field works out because with the cow barn and the lagoon and all that in here, it makes this a very narrow pinch. So I do think we're going to cut this off here, and I'll do the rows north and south, and then these rows are going to stay east and west because it's nice long rows this way. I know this field's getting chopped next year again, so that way we can get some triticale in here close to the farm, not have to haul it a long ways. And the more we can do ourselves, the better we're going to be. So if we keep everything close, we can get it all with the tractor and wagons and not have to hire anybody to haul for us. We're going to be way better off. But also, we got to look at upgrades eventually. I mean, let's just talk like this. You window shop a lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot. I do anyways. So there's a lot of good deals out there, but we'll see what kind of happens. Because like I said, running ground, we'll probably do quite a bit of cash crop. Definitely got to get some cows bought. And by upgrades, I'm trying to talk them into, because we're running a nice, what is that, a 5-shank disc ripper out there. That tractor can pull it all day long. I shouldn't say out there right now. He's actually running about a 30-foot cultivator. But the disc ripper needs to be upgraded to something bigger, and in order to go bigger, we definitely need articulated, or we need to go into like a 30 series John Deere. And I've been debating on which route to go, because some of these are older articulateds, like the 90s, they're relatively cheap. I mean, you're talking about, you know, if you find a decent one for 6,000 hours on it, okay, fine, great, you're going to pay a little bit more. But you can pick some of these up with 9, 10,000 hours on it for a dang good deal. Yes, you got to look through the hitch and make sure everything's alright and no damage and all that, but it's a risk I would be willing to take to have cheap horsepower to mainly do the ripping, and then also we'd be able to turn around and run it on the cultivator in the spring. That means this tractor, the 8000 series, can go on the wagons for chopping, which, yes, we have some help for harvest chopping time, but then the 8000 series can go right onto the grain wagon, and this one can start mowing down corn stalks for bales and just continue to keep everything going in a nice good circle. We'll see what comes about, ladies, but yeah, I hope you enjoy Iowa just as much as I do. I will try to do better and bring you along for everything that happens, but till then, deuces.